How did a nice Republican girl from Park Ridge go wrong? I was a Goldwater girl. I mean, really, we used to wear, little banners which said Goldwater girl.
On the eve of the convention, 40,000 people, half of them Negroes, demonstrate against Goldwater in the largest civil rights demonstration since the March on Washington last summer.
I am compelled to urge Negroes and all people of goodwill to vote against him. His election would be a tragedy and certainly suicidal almost for the nation and the world.
After Donald Trump's victory in New York and his likely wins in next week's contests, Republicans who oppose him have to evaluate how far they'll go. Will they keep fighting at the convention even if he becomes the nominee? That's what some Republicans did in 1964. More than 50 years before there was a Never Trump movement, there was Stop Goldwater. That movement was made up of moderate Republicans trying to keep Arizona Senator Barry Goldwater from winning their party's nomination.
But when we come to Senator Goldwater, now it seems to me we're up against a very different kind of a man. This man scares me.
Do we have that Malcolm X audio? Let me play this Malcolm X audio. He's talking about Barry Goldwater, and I'm not sure he likes Barry Goldwater an awful lot, but he also doesn't like liberals. Now listen to what Malcolm X said.
Well, if Goldwater ever becomes president, one thing his presence in the White House will do, it will make black people in America have to face up to facts, probably for the first time in many, many years. And this in itself is good. This will have a tendency to make the Negro, probably for the first time, do something to stand on his own feet and solve his own problem instead of putting himself in a position to be misled, misused, exploited by the whites who pose as liberals only for the purpose of getting the support of the Negro. So in one sense, Goldwater's coming in will awaken the Negro, and it will probably awaken the entire world more so than the world has been awakened since Hitler.
Right now, the president is committing human rights abuses at the border, keeping children in cages, and having human beings drinking out of toilets. This is a president who has overseen the most corrupt administration in our history and pursued an agenda to allow millions of Americans to die from a lack of health care while he transfers millions of dollars in tax cuts to corporations. This is a president who has said, grab women by the pussy. This is a president who's called black athletes sons of bitches. This is a president who has called black people who come from black and brown countries shitholes.
Let America declare the war. Let them assemble all their armaments there in South China Sea. Fire the first shot, and I'll be glad to do the next.
If Iran wants to fight, that will be the official end of Iran. Never threaten the United States again.
We welcome negotiations, but we do not negotiate with a party that behaves like a bully and takes a knife out of his pocket and forces us to hold talks. We do not hold such negotiations with anybody.
Nationalism, pride, and resistance. It's religion that fuels Iran's politics. But now the choreographed chants of death to our enemies are growing louder. The religious city of Qom is where clerics have kept the revolutionary flame alive for 40 years. It's where resistance to America is strongest.
Donald Trump is a liar. Is an unpredictable person. He is not representative of Satan. He's Satan himself. He is a Satan.
Donald Trump is Satan?
Yeah. Because the Satan does everything that he does.
Let America declare the war.
And warning that a war with Iran could be, quote, the mother of all wars. Mother of all wars. Mother of all wars. Mother of all wars.
The mother of all war during a speech that was brought.
Mother of all war with Iran could be.
Donald.
I can't figure out just what Goldwater means by the thing she says. I read now where he says, a craven fear of death is sweeping across America. What is that supposed to mean?
If for some reason I wouldn't have won the election, these markets would have crashed.
If he means that people don't want to fight a nuclear war, he's right. I don't. When I read some of these things that Goldwater says about total victory, I get a little worried, you know?
And that'll happen even more so in 2020.
I wish I was as sure that Goldwater is against war as I am that he's against some of these other things. I wish I could believe that he has the imagination to be able to just shut his eyes and picture what this country would look like after a nuclear war.